Today on Rack Recordings, I show you how to mix heavy effects. What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rack Recordings. Today we're going to be mixing heavy effects into our session. Last week we worked on vocals, week before that it was guitars, and then the week before that it was drums. So today we're going to be working on getting these effects into our song. Now these are the effects that were included in the stems pack, but I'm going to be adding a couple of my own effects just to make it a little bigger and show you where to use some things. So let's take a listen to what we got so far. All right, so there's our song. Now let's start working these effects in. All right, so let's start with these digital drums here. So we have digital snare and kick. So let's see what they sound like. All right, so it's a little cool thing there. So let's start working this in. Let's do the kick first. All right, so that's probably gonna need to use some bus compression on those two, but it's all right so far. Now let's try these drum effects. What are these? So it's basically just a reverse snare. Let's see what this does. Now these are bass drops, so these are simple. Now let's work this choir in. All right, now the synth pulse. All right, cool. So let's add our own bus for the digital drums here. We'll add the drum effects or their own bus as well. We'll make that an effects bus. And then these will be synth. Before, when I said that I wanted to add my own effects in, I'll show you what I mean by that right now. Now right here, I have a ton of effects that I've made over time. So we'll try adding some of these in. Now, big snare. This is something that I would like to maybe add, or even snare bomb. Let's try snare bomb. Okay, so like this snare bomb is gonna be perfect for what I'm looking for. So now we're just gonna find a place to put this. So you're gonna wanna put these in like heavy, impactful parts. Now that would be a good part there. Let's see what that would sound like. All right, so you see what I mean by that? Now that adds a nice, impactful snare hit, but not every single one of them, just 2. I might even put something here after this little drum fill at that last snare hit right before the chorus. Right here, we can even add something. So let's see what we could have here. Let's try big snare. What's that? No, see, it won't work with 2 right next to each other. So we'll just leave it how it is with this. So let's run through that again. All right, so that sounds cool. Now we could put these in other spots as well. Maybe not those samples per se, but big snare we could totally put somewhere. This one is where we'll put it, right here. Actually, we'll just use that snare bomb that we used before. Okay, so now we'll move on to more spots and see where we can add more of those snare bombs. Let's listen to this right before the chorus. All right, so I've added some snare bombs. I finished off the whole track with the snare bombs there. Here it is at the breakdown, so let's see what that sounds like. See, so it adds impact. Now, if you did it at every snare hit, it wouldn't really be as impactful as it is. So, okay, now that we got that, we'll add this here to the effects bus. So these digital drums, let's work with those. So I want to try the Get Good Drums compressor on this and see what I could do with these. I'm going to set this to parallel and start at 100% and see what I could do. Okay, so now we'll try and blend these into the mix and see what it does. Okay, so that worked pretty cool. Now the effects I'll just leave alone, but the synths, we will use Joey Sturgis tones. Probably, let's see what BG keys is. Okay, so we have JST BG keys. We can saturate them and compress them. So let's bake them, see what that does. All right, so that worked pretty cool. Yeah, and that's about all we got right now. Let's run through them. All right, so this song is coming together, and I think it's almost ready to be mastered. So I have my own effects pack available for purchase on my website, rackrecordingssoundstore.com. There is a ton of effects. Everything you see here is included in the effects pack. So tons of hits, explosions, everything like that. There is electronic snares and hi-hats and kicks. It's cool, so definitely check it out. It'll be linked below in the description. That's about all I have today for effects. Next week, we'll be doing mastering. As always, thank you so much for watching today, guys, and I'll see you next time.